Alrighty, folks, we are back. What are we gonna do? I think we got to fix this up and get this door mounted. I'm gonna try to set that as a goal. We left it off that we made this panel, but it's not perfect by far. You can see here we got some kind of a door gap, and then it overlaps on the bottom. And then this is kind of went a little janky. It started nice, and it's kind of like kind of went down, which is not that big of a deal. So we know the top, when I do a straight edge, it's pretty close to this line up here. I'm really not worried about the door because we might just make a skin or do something or make this half up. I'm not sure yet. So this is good. Somewhere around here, I bet you the line is good. We might just kind of taper this thing, do something. Then these can kind of do their business together, or we can just hammer it down. I don't know yet. This one's pretty close. I think if I do a recess, we can kind of smash and it'll get close enough. But anyways, we got to fix this part. So, like, we don't have any gap in the front yet, but we can probably fix that with a skin. Our door hinges are like in the vicinity-ish. I don't know. We got to go inside the car and have a better look. Anyways, we're going to, well, this needs to get fixed. I'm going to just scribe a line down here, and we're just going to we'll just bash that thing into place. I don't know what to do. I guess I just run a straight edge from the top post here down and see how off I am. It's kind of maybe the best way to go at it, because I don't know. Like, things seem to line up, but they're not lined up. Anyways, I think we'll get started on that. We've been doing like tons of little things around here. I don't know if you've seen this thing or not. The boy wants to build a square body. I might have mentioned it, so I've been kind of playing with that. I picked up a 4-post hoist at an auction, so I'm kind of playing with that a little bit. It's sort of older, but I'm trying to make sure all the parts are there before we go abouts, because the boy figures he wants a 4-post on this side, which is cool, because then I can kind of use it for doing wheel alignments and things, because it does have the plates. So I'm trying to make sure I got all the bits or what I gotta find yet. But it came with 2 jacks, so the price of the hoist, the jacks were worth it alone if I had to buy a new one. But these are, I don't know. I'm pretty, I got the one working, this one's still being stubborn. Some weird Swiss 4-poster kind of a deal. This one I got the arms out, but they need to be cleaned up. This one, they're still stuck in there, and I don't know, I might have to heat them up to get those sliders out, but anyways. Besides that, let's get started on this thing. All right, I'm kind of measuring it's off, but it's so little. I'm thinking it's because this stuff is still in here, even though my door doesn't fit good here. It's this hinging stuff is all screwing me up. So I think somehow I gotta get all of that boogery out of there. I think the easiest way is just to drill what's left of those bolts, and then we can get these plates off, and then maybe my door will fit the way it's supposed to, and maybe things actually line up. Because I know doing my measurements, I'm only like a 1/16 of an inch or so out. Like, it's enough, but it's not that much, if that makes sense. I know in other things it does. Might screw up my gaps, but we can always fix those after. All right, well, I guess I will attempt to fix this stuff. Well, I am getting to the point this door is not working well for me. Like the hinging, everything's kind of boogered. I'm almost ready to cut the door apart and build my own door. I almost feel it's going to be easier. I should try the other side just to make sure before I cut this one apart. Like build something from sort of scratch. The outside of the skin's nice. Overall, it's fits. I guess could start from scratch, but I mean it's still good steel. I mean it's rusty, but it's good steel. Man. I gotta dig around, see what I have, if I got anything outside that I can maybe use. All right, folks. Stuff is just not fitting and working. It is just terrible. I think the doors, there's just so much difference because once it's here, like I could remake the whole inner structure, do everything, but it's like, man, I'm just gonna be here forever. So I feel like I'm gonna do a reset. Well, shouldn't say that. I would struggle, but I was reaching out to friends because this was just turning into a nightmare. It is turning into a nightmare. Anyways, I asked it around and somebody recommended Vavavoom Garage. I don't know why I never thought of him for to find a donor. Anyways, he's in southern Manitoba. I'll put a link somewhere here. It is Vavavoomgarage.com. Bill Harrison runs that. I don't know how much longer he's actually doing that, so we might do a nice yard tour of that place. Won't know till we go there, see if he's cool with us doing that and whatnot. But anyways, I was looking online. He's got a 35 Dodge sedan, like a 4-door sedan, which is like what I need. And then he had a 35 DeSoto, which is pretty close. I'm thinking I'm going with the DeSoto because it's a 4-door. All the stuff lines up the same, but it has all the fenders. And it looks like a frame underneath it and some bumpers on it. So I'm kind of going that route just to make this so much easier to do. And all the parts that I'm missing. So it'll probably break down the fab work a lot. So I'm kind of pumped. We're gonna see how that works out. So we're pretty much just gonna book her down there and check it out. Hopefully it lets us do some filming and stuff, and hey, we'll see where we go from there. Anyways, we might have done a bunch of work for nothing, which is okay. This panel didn't turn out that great anyways, but we'll see how the car is, and well, I'm gonna bring her home and start kabobbling these two together after. But anyways, we gotta boogie and catch them before a big snowstorm happens out here.
What's the plan?
I'll try not to get stuck.
All right, that was an interesting day. But we got our car here. This is pretty awesome. I am pumped. This thing's got all the bits that were missing on here. Some things are different, but I plan to reuse this rear quarter. I want to use the quarter up as much as I can here. Because we got the body line is all right, except for down here. It does some weird little near. But that's okay because we got this one here. Should match up pretty fine. And then like the doors are a little, like that's where I don't know if I'm going to use how much of this. We need this front part. Like here, a little banged up, This one, the quarters, like the door's okay. Just got to pump it out. It's rusty on the bottom. This side's, you know, it's probably about the same. Like we made the panel for this side, but the other side's actually really nice. So the side we fixed, we're not really using for anything. Look at that. It's all nice. We might still use chunks of it. The rocker came apart back here, so the door doesn't she don't close so good. But at least the bits are there. We'll be able to like squeeze everything and fasten her in place like she's supposed to be. But I mean, the important part for me is look at the doors. Look at that. Nice. Right down to the bottom. It fits. And then over here. Oh, maybe I can't open it. Oh, yeah, it'll work. There we go. Look, we have a striker. We have stuff. Oh, it's going to be so much easier. Like now we just got to build the rocker. We sort of had those. We might be able to reuse those, the ones I made. That is a possibility. Got the window frame. Difference is this is a DeSoto. What that means, I don't really know. Other than the dash is different. Which, whatever. It's still cool. It's got the window frame, but it's pretty rotten. I do have another one, so I'm not too concerned about that. I don't know that I want the window to open anyways, because I do plan to put AC and stuff in here, but... And we got fenders. All the matching fenders. That's awesome. Super awesome. Not too worried about the grill, because we got our other grill we're going to use. This door's a little bangered up, but I am not worried. We could probably steal bits off the other doors. If I use this lower part of the door from the passenger side, from that car, those set of doors, I can probably rebuild the bottom here. Because it's pretty, she's a little chooched, a little toasted, but that's okay. It's there. Everything's there. That's so cool. I'm kind of thinking this one never had a wing window. I think this was a one-piece glass. Oh yeah. So anyways, we're gonna let this thing thaw out, and then I want to clean it out. So we got lots of junk in here. I think we're gonna come to this one. We'll have to carve out. I don't know. We're gonna need to keep some of the stuff. You see how that body line comes up over top of the fender, inner fenders? So like most of the inner fenders, we're probably gonna hack up the floor, but there is a floor, so that's nice. But these inner fenders are different, I think. Sure. Yeah. So I'm gonna keep as much of these as I can. And we're gonna try to graft the two together. Then I want to use the quarters as much as I can. This is kind of banged up and buggered. Though I can't, yeah, I'll probably save. Like it's all good. I don't know. We're gonna see. This thing's just gonna get cut up into a lot of pieces to work with this. Or this is gonna go on there. A lot of those pieces are gonna go on there. But I thought I had a good frame, but turns out it's all been pretty chopped out. There is not much frame at all. We have a little bit of the X frame. We have the rear section of the frame, but the perimeter of it looks like it's been torched out. So I have a front and a back, which are the bits I don't care about. So we're gonna have to still build a frame, which that's okay. I'm just happy I have like all the missing pieces that I didn't have before. Anyways, I'm gonna wait for that to thaw out. I want to clean that out, and then we're gonna come up with a game plan how we're gonna kind of start carving stuff up. I think I'm gonna carve this thing up first because we won't need a lot of this. We kind of just want to save it here. This roof's pretty hammered, and I might try to reuse this piece, but we'll see how it goes. I kind of like, I don't know if they're the same profile. If this one's the same uppity down as the other one, if that angle's the same, because if you kind of go with that with the window, might be close to what this is. I'm going to do some measuring and see. This window seems a little bigger, but yeah. All right, anyways, let's wait for the snow to melt and then we'll start cleaning this thing out.
So we cleaned this out a bit. We still got to do better cleaning up here, but I got to get the seats out to deal with all of this. Pulled the doors. Pulled all the fenders. So I'm not sure what I'm doing, which I'm going to do, inner tub or what I'm doing first. Right now, I'm just going to focus on getting this onto the car. So for now, I think all I'm going to do is we'll do a cut up that B-pillar there. And I think back here, I'm going to just cut this straight across, done. We'll take the whole back off of the car, and then I can put this back section on. The floors are just kind of junky, and I'm not going to be able to use them anyways. But for now, I think I'm going to do the two together. This back section, because the frame's not actually attached to anything, I'll probably leave it on for now until it breaks loose. I'll take the tractor, I'll take this off. I'll separate this one. We can get the front half of this body out. I'll bust off whatever I boogered into here and take my B-pillar back out because I'd like to use that still. Yeah, I think that's the plan for now. That'll be the easiest because I don't have a rocker on this side, so wherever I stab that up to is the bottom part of that, I think. We'll find out because the body line will have to line up, things like that. This thing's like there. I might cut up this B-pillar a bit just so I can lay it on top of this side. The other side's pretty hammered out, so it doesn't really matter, but... Or is there something? No, because I made that all. Hey, I did a lot of work on this thing. I made that all, but now I don't need it. Anyways, we did trim similar, although this is like totally hammered. But we'll use... Oh, well, we could just... We'll start by just setting this up on there, and then we will break down what we're doing from there on. Yeah. Let's not overcomplicate this right now. Well, folks, that's a lot of work just to make that look like it did before, eh? Hey, it's getting there. We got, at least the doors are on. They work. The latching doesn't work right now, but this one's kind of like, it's just a little low. I'm going to have to bring this up. I want to get the door a little better, so then this gap will get fixed better. But at least we got that side. Unfortunately, the patch panel that I made is like garbage. It's not going to work at all. Now, I tried fitting it on there, and it's actually, this line is out. And it's, like if I line it up here, it's good. This line doesn't line up, and it starts, kind of veers like, I guess the thing was so crooked before. I built the panel to that, and it just didn't work. So, we at least, like this side looks, it looks like it'll line up right. It's so terrible I did this with the hoist, unfortunately, but like we sort of, the gap's a little off, but that panel is just buggered like crazy. So I'm going to skin the doors. I'm going to use the skin off the door onto there. And then like down here where this thing's all buggered up to, I'm going to use that piece. I'm going to cut a chunk off of there, and I'm going to adapt it into here to finish that mold. We just got to keep measuring and make sure things are square, because it was a little, this thing's like twisted really bad. I'm hoping everything looks pretty much right now. I don't know if it's sitting square on the table right now, but I know it looks crooked. I know we'll get it straight. We got to keep measuring, make sure everything's straight. Like this one's good, the other side's down a bit, it's got to come up, but hey, we're making progress. We at least got some good bones, so to say, to start with. Like I say, there's so much damage. I'm thinking this line was supposed to be straight before it veered off. Let me see if it's right on this side. Yeah, see how that line is nice and straight? Anyways, I'm not too concerned about that, because what I'm gonna do is, say I save this chunk of the roof, is I think eventually I want to try to get everything made up before I cut into that stuff, but this roof I'm gonna put on there, but I may shorten it up a little bit. I almost like this line better, so there's something to finish the bottom side of the car. If that makes sense. Like this line's kind of cool. I'm hoping I can use it, because the other car just kind of comes here and then comes around the corner and just fades to nothing. I'm hoping that when I redo the roof line, I can kind of keep this going over the trunk here. I think it'd be cool, but we'll see. Because this is so buggered up. If I can use it all, I'm going to reuse all this stuff because it's in really nice shape. Yeah, I don't know. These fenders, they fit. They'll probably work everywhere except for the back here, because you can see where it kind of does this little swank. We can fix it, or I will just fix those fenders. I'm not sure yet. We have options, so that's cool. We still have a bunch of bits we can cut out of this one, so that's cool. We got like the rear trunk section, which I think will be okay and reusable, because we are going to have to put a step notch in this thing when we bag it and stuff. But yeah, we got lots to do yet though. Lots. I'm not feeling very good, as you can probably tell by my voice ain't so good, but hey, I'm pretty happy. We did a whole lot of stuff only to make it look like it did when I left. So if you haven't already or don't know, we have our second channel. I will have a video up probably somewhere around this time of when we did a tour of that yard, or we at least walked around. I got a video of that, so if you folks want to see the yard where we found this body, we've seen a little snippet, but we actually did a nice walk around. If that's something you folks want to see more of, let me know. We might go back in the spring and do a better tour of the place. But anyways, for now, I think that's where I am going to leave this one. I want to thank you folks for watching, and we will catch you on the next one. Later.